Alright, even if you don't. As requested by Zane Anthony. Once again, thank you. It's a real classic. Especially the guitar solo is a classic in in Dean Ween's work. It's just one of those go-to examples of his playing, right? It's a really fun, sort of Beatles-esque song. Very, very Paul McCartney. Which I suspect a lot of that is Gene. But anyway. I do have a couple of questions that I wanted to ask that I'm going to put in the description. I'm not going to ask them here because I don't want to spend too much time talking about that in the video itself. But just if you have the time and you're interested, please, I would love your input. I'm going to ask a question or two in the description. Anyway, so song we're playing in C major, and so the verse. Actually, we're talking about the main riff, the intro riff. So there's a lot of different ways to play this, which is weird because it sounds so simple. I've heard a lot of people say it's octaves. It's not. I don't think it is. Maybe on the album if it's just like a bunch of overdubs, but I definitely, when they play it live, it's power chords, and I hear the fifth in there in the guitar. So in my opinion, it's definitely not fifths. So basically, what are you playing? Either way, it's G power chord. Power chords, 3-note power chords. Well, even though it's just 2 notes, it's just the octave. But you know what I mean. So I'm just going to tell you where it's based. 10 A, it's all based on the A string. To 8 on the A. 7 and 5. All right, so that's basically it. All right, so you can slide down those. Or if you want, you can just hit them like the exact same time that you're sliding them down. Right? Either way. But, I don't know, to make it a little more full sounding, you can bar it on the low string too, so you're hitting the same as you would on the A string on the E string. And I also, to me, I hear the third in there sometimes. Like here... I just definitely hear the third there on the B string. But, I mean, maybe, I think he might even be playing the major third for all of them. I think that's honestly might be what he was doing. But you could also, like, play major, and then for the minor, the last 2 chords, you could switch to a minor position. That's really weird to do. Hitting it and then immediately switching over to a minor shape. Right? It's a little weird to do, so I just prefer to keep it in major. But either way, you can just play power chords. It sounds great. Now the verse. So we're going to be doing this. It's all just power chords. So C, B, C on the 8, 7, 8, and then 5 A chord. Right, so does that a couple times, and then he's going to go alright, so that's just 4, 6, 8 on the E string. Those are where the power chords are. And the rhythm for this, so when you're doing that bit, it's the same kind of rhythm with your hand. He's just holding it. He's just playing it open. He's not muting it or anything. But the other part that basically what he's doing that. That's what he's doing with his hand. So basically, so you're hitting it, and then like every upstroke is like. He's muting it with his hand, right? And then when he gets to the A, he hits it. The first 2 hits he mutes. And then the last 2 hits he goes. Or at the very least, it's the first hit. Maybe sometimes he like goes, but definitely the first hit is just mute it and with no upstroke thing, right? But that's the rhythm for the verse, and that's pretty much the whole verse. And then chorus is just E minor. You play here, and D minor, and then there's a little like chromatic slide in between those. You can play that like on your upstroke, right? Like that. You could also just not do that if you want. Right, and it sounds fine. And then you play the intro riff again. Alright, and during the chorus, on the album version, this might sound weird. This is just my opinion. Everything I'm saying is just my opinion. This is what I hear. I wasn't there in the studio, but this is my ear and my eyes when I see live footage. They don't play this live at all, but on the album, I hear something like this. Really weird bit, but I mean, that's what I hear. So I hear it's this E minor like played way up here. So that's 16G, 17B, and 15E. Alright, so that's just those three. And then 14G, 15 on B and G, and B and E. That's what I hear, because I definitely hear those high notes there. That's just my opinion. You don't have to play that. They don't play that live, as far as I'm aware. I just thought because I do think that's in there, so I figured, might as well show that. And then the only other like rhythm part is at the very end of the song, after they play this riff the one last time. And then we get a G chord, and I hear just like the bottom four notes of a G bar chord, where it stops at the third there. That's what I hear them playing. You can play it open. I think they play it open live, as long as you get the third in there, the major third. Then F, and then C. And that's how the song is. I totally screwed that up on the demo. That I did at the very beginning, like playthrough. I screwed up that F chord, but now I'm telling you what you should play, and it's actually just a simple F chord and then C. Love the song in general. But now we get to the guitar solo, which is probably the coolest bit in the song. Again, it's like a signature of Mickey's. So it's gonna do this classic rock and roll lick three times. So he's going to start up way up here, 17E. Then full step bend on the 19G. He's going to bar on the 17 of B and E. Then he's going to full step bend on 20 of B. He's going to bring it back down. He's going to do that. So this is all on 17 and 19 of the B, hammer on pull off. And then G, same two frets. Then D on the 19. And he's going to do this. He's going to do that pattern 4 times. On the first time, it's just, it's the same pattern, just hammer on pull off on the G, and then going back down to the D string, right? So the first time, it's just that, 17, 19. Then it's 17 and 20 of the G. Then the next 2 times, it's the same as the first one. Alright, so it's like, and then he's going to go full step bend on the 19 of the G. Does that twice. Well, he does it He does it 3 times, but the next time he doesn't hold it as long as he did the first 2 times. You know. Then, so after that, he's gonna. So we're still on these same 2 frets, just D string, then A string. Then he's gonna slide down to 15A, then 17E, back to A, then quick little full step bend, like a quick little tug on the A, 17. He's gonna end it like that. So once you hit that, slide down from that 15 of the A. And then he's going to do this little lick, which he does twice, but the first time he does it, he's going to go. Alright, so the first time he does it, I'm going to tell you the. So it's the same. It's the same like shape. So I'm not going to say every single time he does it what fret it's on. But for the first one, I'm going to say it's based on the 6 of the G, right? And the next one's based on the 8 of the G, and the next one on the 10. So he's going to full step. This first one he goes. So he's going to bend up, and he's going to hit the B string. Same on the A. Hit that B string again. And just hold those 2. Then for the next 2, he doesn't really do that. He goes. Notice how he skipped the B string the first time? He doesn't do that. He goes. And hits that. And then. Alright, so he does that. But instead of ending there, on the same fret that you barred on the B, he's going to end there on the 10 of the B. And then he's going to do this. He's going to go, what is that? 8 of the B, 10, 10 G, then full step bend, then back down on the 9 of the G. Then he's going to hit 10 D, then he's going to slide up on the A, 10, 12, then hit 10 D, 2 full step bends on 12 D, and then he's going to do 4 of these. So that's just a quick little tug, like half step, maybe in lefts on the 12D. Then, what is that? Oh gosh, 10D. Then back down to 12A. Just 4 of those. Then 10, 12, slide up to 14. Then G string, 12, 14, B12. Then full step on the 15B. 13, 14G, 13B again. Then he's going to hit 15 on the E. Then he's going to hit 12, 13, B, followed by 15 of A 3 times. Then he's going to do the same pattern. He's just going to end it on the 15 of the B string instead of the E. Then he's going to go 12, 14, 12 on the G. Same on the D. Same 2 frets. Slide down to that. Alright, so slide down here to 10, 12A, and then another one of those little patterns. Ended on that 9 of the D, or 10 of the D, slide down. And then he's going to do this. And now that pattern's a little bit different, but it's the same idea. Alright, so full step bends. He's gonna come back down. He's gonna do a little, right, and then same thing, 2 frets higher. Then again, he's not gonna hit the. He's gonna go resolve on that on the B string. And then we end on this weird note. The phrasing is a little weird, but he's like... Alright, so after that, on the 8 of the B, get 9, like little half step bend on 9 of the G. And then after you bend up, it like adds a whole bunch of vibrato. Like that. Right, so it's like you bend up, and then you add the vibrato. And then it slides down, and that's it. That's the solo, and that's the whole song. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Zane Anthony, for this request. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much for just learning Ween and having a fun time and loving Ween. Thank you.